trying to make sure I don't look like too much of a hot mess. Welcome to another weekly comic, graphic novel, and manga reading vlog. I am pretty much, my voice is shot. I went out last night for kind of like a celebration thing, kind of, sort of, like a celebration thing, and I definitely am feeling it this morning. If I don't have to drink another tequila soda, I won't be mad. So I'm actually off today, so that worked out perfectly. I'm just tired. The plan today is to really relax and to read. I didn't upload a vlog last week because honestly, I don't feel like I really read enough, and two, I definitely didn't collect enough footage for me to put up a vlog. So I did recently just put up a vlog of me, not a vlog, a video of me talking about Spy Family. So I did end up reading Spy Family early this week. I was reading, what is it? The Princess and the Grilled Cheese. I was reading that one. I clearly didn't read it fast enough because I returned to the library. It was like 4 people in line. I was reading a digital copy. There's 4 people in line for it. And so I'm not getting that back anytime soon, which is, it is what it is. I did start reading Giant Days. I'm trying to do a reread. I've made it pretty far in that series. I feel like in the past I've made it to volume like 8 or 9 in that series, but I'm gonna pick it back up and start doing a slow reread. So I'm about partway through that. I just really want to get some reading done today, just because I just really just want to get some reading done and relax and recover. And I'm at some point today I am gonna have to go grocery shopping because I just don't feel like doing it Saturday or Sunday, and I don't feel like taking my kid with me. Taking a toddler grocery shopping is like, it's not fun. Like, if anyone has ever told you that taking a toddler grocery shopping is fun, you're fucking lying. It's not fun at all. I hate doing it. So, and it's not that she's like disruptive or anything. It's just, it's a lot taking her grocery shopping. So I just would prefer not to do it this week, and since I'm off today, I would rather just go ahead and get it out the way. But I'm not going to go until later because it is blazing hot outside. So I may not go until like maybe like 2 o'clock this afternoon. So from now, which is about like 9-ish, somewhere around 9 o'clock, maybe it's not even 9 o'clock yet, close to 9, I am going to just relax and read until then. Because that's all I want to do. That's all your girl want to do. And get my voice back. Somebody's getting a washer and dryer delivered. All right, y'all. I'm gonna hop off. How you know you have no social life? Like, literally no social life. Okay, so I didn't really check in for, I said I have no social life. I might be telling y'all I have no social life because it's a Friday night. And I am here filming and doing other things and absolutely nothing else. It is storming so bad here. It's storming like horribly bad here. Because who knows? I didn't even know it was supposed to rain. So I've already done an introduction to this video. I just wanted to do a quick check-in and talk a little bit about like what I've been reading, what I've finished. I know I did not upload one of these vlogs last week. I talked about it a little bit earlier, so I'm not going to dive into that too much. But did I even really finish anything last week that's worth noting? That was also the other thing, is that I don't feel like I read anything, but I've been doing a horrible job at tracking, y'all. I've been doing a really bad job at tracking, so I don't really know what I've been reading. I don't know what I've been reading, so it's horrible. Okay, so last week I did read 3 volumes of manga last week and a children's graphic novel. At least I documented that shit. So I did read Sasaki and Miyano last week, and I'm continuing the series. Let me tell you why I'm continuing the series. I'm continuing the series because I'm not paying for it. I'm checking it out from the library, and I'm finding it interesting enough that it's not a big deal for me to continue to read it. But was this volume 3 or volume 4? I said volume 3. Sasaki Miyato volume 4. I hope I said volume 4, not volume 3. But either way, I did read volume 4. This was a drop off from volume 3, and I'm not going to say anything because I just don't want to spoil it, but I will say that this was a drop from volume 4. I had higher expectations for it because volume 3 was so good, and I don't feel like much happens in volume 4. You know, Miyato is still trying to figure out how he feels for Sasaki, which is not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's bad because he's really taking his time to be like, you know, he's figuring out his sexuality. It's not even just his sexuality, but he's figuring out like what does it mean to like somebody, to have feelings for somebody, which is fair. I just think that so much happened in volume 3 that I was expecting that same momentum in volume 4, and it feels like it kind of went up and then it went back down in terms of like momentum, and it slowed down. So I wasn't a huge fan of that. I did end up reading Oshinoko volume 1. And I give that one 4 stars. I will say, right off the dome, I don't think that this is the premise of it is kind of weird, and I don't know if like everyone is going to enjoy it. So it follows this OBGYN who is obsessed with this idol, and not in a weird, like creeper, like perverted type of way. He's just really, really into her because he had a patient that was like a young girl who was a patient. Who was really, really into her as well. And so he got connected with this idol because of this patient. Now, she's a part of this group. She's the center. She's the main. And she comes into his office one day and she needs his help with some stuff. And I don't really even want to speak about like what that is. So, and it's kind of hard to really talk about what this is without spoiling much. There's some reincarnation elements to this that I found to be really interesting, where that's where it gets a little kind of weird-ish, which some people have pointed out in reviews, but it didn't really bother me because it to me it was like, yeah, I see where the manga was going with that. But what I didn't expect is like the emotional side of this manga. It was sad. Like the last quarter of it was really, really sad and was not what I was expecting. I think this theme of wanting to love so badly because you've never been loved and no one's ever told you that, you know, hey, I love you. And you want to tell people, you know, I love you. You want to communicate that, but you can't because you don't know what that means. And if you say it, you don't want it to be a lie. And so there's kind of like that battle of what it means to love someone and really care for someone, and that fear of finally being able to say it. Oh my gosh, it was just so, oh my gosh, y'all. It was so sad. It was so sad. I immediately put volume 2 on hold. But volume 2 on hold. It was a 4-star read for me. I ended up reading In the Search of the Fog Zombie, which is a mystery about matter. It's the first book in the summer camp science mystery series, which is like I would say a younger middle grade graphic novel. And it literally is very, very science based. It's like if you wanted to learn about matter in terms of science, and you wanted to do it in a new way that was engaging for kids, put it in graphic novel format. Literally, that's what it is. It's a set of twins. They end up going to the summer camp, and when they get there, there's this rumor that there is some type of zombie that is haunting the camp, and literally they go through the mystery of figuring out what scientific elements are creating these noises and images that would make you believe that it is a haunted camp, but really it's not. It was okay. There's not really much in terms of like character development. It's very educational, which is what I wasn't expecting. So it was just kind of like, okay, this is like straight to the point educational. So I gave that one 3.5 stars. Then I read the Yakuza's Bias. 5 stars. One of my favorite manga of the year. Oh my gosh, it was so good. It was so good. It was so good. It's about this Yakuza enforcer who is hanging out with, you know, the head guy, the boss, Yakuza boss. It's his daughter. And she's like, I got us concerts to go see this K-pop group. And he's like, I'm not gonna go see a K-pop group. And she's like, but wait, sit down and watch this video. And it's like explaining the group and like all the singers in the group. And he is hooked. Like, he is so hooked. And he becomes so like infatuated with this group. He has a bias who is June. His name is Ken. And his bias is June. He's so into like everything about like his hard work, his dedication. He's like, you know what? We have the same morals and values. We're in two different professions. You know, he's part of this musical group. And yes, I'm a Yakuza enforcer, but we have the same principles and standards. And for that, I stan him. When I tell y'all this is everything that I wanted the Way of the Husband to be until they started doing their foolishness, this is it. It was hilarious. It was a look into like idol stan culture, and it was so good. Artwork was fantastic. Everything I wanted it to be. So I gave it my 5 stars. That's pretty much everything that I finished between last week and the first part of this week. I also ended up reading Spy Family, the first volume. Giving this one, I'm gonna give this one 4.5 stars. It's not exactly a 5-star, but I think it's better than 4. I'm not gonna talk about this one because by the time that this goes up, I would have already done my first impressions of Spy Family. So definitely check that out. Today, I'm really enjoying the series and I'm very surprised that I am. I read the second volume of A Galaxy Next Door. This is the same mangaka who did like Sweetness and Lightning. It's so cute. I read the first volume a while ago, but it is about, she's an alien princess of sorts. She comes to Earth. She ends up being our hero, his assistant, working manga related things. She gets in contact, well, her stinger comes in contact with him, and so they're forcibly betrothed. They're forced to be together because that's just the rule of her island where she's from, and he can't be far away from her because he'll fall ill if he's too far. So they're forced inevitably to be together. This volume is where we see them kind of like, okay, well, we're forced to be together, like forced proximity. Let's see what this relationship is going to do for us. Like, let's try this out. Let's go on a date. Let's see where it goes. It is so cute, y'all. I got like the warm, fuzzy feelings reading this one. This was good. I can't really tell you much about it because it's the second volume, but this was good. Definitely 4-star read. As you probably saw in some B-roll footage, I started my reread of Giant Days. I think I talked about this a little bit. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. I don't know. I don't remember. But I have read Giant Days up until volume like 8 or 9. Forgive me if I'm repeating myself. I'm doing a slow reread of Giant Days because it's been a while since I've read it and I haven't completed the series. I love this. This is a very slice of life story that I've read time and time again. I don't even think I'm that far into it in terms of like chapters. I am literally at the cusp of chapter 3, which is, you know, almost halfway through the volume, but not quite. It follows these 3 women who are at university. They're friends, and we're literally just following their escapades as they go through uni. Like, Giant Days is very much so a comfort read for me. What I have lined up next, I do want to read A Galaxy Next Door Volume 3 because I've had that checked out for forever and I need to read it. And then I do need to get through whatever I had like on my July TBR. I know Heather made fun of me for making a July TBR, as she should, because y'all know I don't stick to anything. Now, I'm only holding this up because it's looking me in my face. Y'all know how I feel about How to Weave Relationship. But I have it checked out. So I guess I'm going to read it. And we'll see what happens, y'all. We'll see. Like I said, it's like kind of like Sasaki and Miyano. Like, I'm not paying for it. So it's whatever at this point. But yeah, I'm going to, yeah. Okay. other than that, I'm thinking, thoughts here, processing. I have so many graphic novels checked out from Libby right now, mostly middle grade graphic novels. I'm currently in the middle of, is it Nayaira and the Jinn? Something along those lines. Of course, a picture will be on the screen. I'm partly through that one. This follows a Muslim main character, takes place in Ramadan. She gets bullied pretty heavily, her and a close friend of her who's also Muslim. And I think this is going to be wanting a revenge towards these people using a jinn, and it's not going to go as well as she anticipates. But I started reading that one as well, so that's it for right now. I'm getting heavy in the head, which means I'm getting tired. Excuse me. So tomorrow we don't have a packed schedule tomorrow, but hopefully I get some reading done tomorrow, but I'll check in when I do. Hello. All right, y'all, let's close this vlog out. I was like, I low-key wanted to like extend this to another week, but I'm like, I'm not about to do that because I just don't feel the need to extend this to another week. I think I've done that enough, and I really want to get this vlog up. So basically, I read absolutely nothing else. I read nothing else this week, y'all. It's just been, I don't know. This weekend was a busy weekend for me, not in a bad way, but it was just a busy weekend. And so I didn't accomplish much than what I did for my last update. Like I didn't really read anything else. I started a couple of things. So the one graphic novel that is a middle grade graphic novel that I said I was reading that I did make progress on, I just didn't finish it. And that's Naira and the Jinn. And I'm 124 pages in, which is about 50% of it. It's feeling like a 3.5 read. I am not like a huge fan of the storytelling in this. Like, it's kind of hard to follow the storytelling, and it's not really allowing for a lot of well-developed characters and plot development. And so we're following this main character who's getting bullied because she's Muslim, and she is, you know, celebrating Ramadan, which she's fasting, and the kids are bullying her for it, and she ends up meeting this jinn, but we don't really know like why this is happening. And we're getting a little bit into the jinn's life right now, but I'm not like the biggest fan. I also started one more thing, but let me go get it really quick. So I did also end up starting Solo Leveling, which I'm excited to read. I did make it 100 pages into this. This is probably one that I'll finish the next couple days. I've been trying to check out more manhwa, and this is one that came out as one that I needed to read. I know there's about 8 or 9 volumes of Solo Leveling. This is about a main character who lives in this world where people are hunters, and he's an E rank hunter, which makes him one of the weakest hunters of all mankind. And he ends up going on this D level mission, and when they go on the D level mission, they find out that there's like another portal that's kind of open, and so they have to kill the boss in order for the portal to close. And then when they walk in, it's not what they anticipate at all. So it's kind of like the means to survive. I like the action behind it. I think that there is an anime for this. Y'all, I'm surprised. I just checked this out on a whim. I didn't know if I was going to like it or not. I like this a lot. This is working for me. I am enjoying it. So this will probably be in next week's vlog. I'll talk about it next week's vlog, but I'm really enjoying it. So that's pretty much it, y'all. I talked about the things that I read before that I didn't really capture in the week before because I hadn't read a lot. So, you know, I talked a little bit about A Galaxy Next Door Volume 2 that I read that I really, really enjoyed. And then y'all know I ended up reading Spy Family, which I really, really enjoyed. Something else that I ended up starting this weekend that I didn't finish was Giant Days. I do plan on finishing that this upcoming week. I'm going back to my Goodreads now to be like, what else did I read? I know Yakuza, the Yakuza's Bias. Gave that 5 stars. I really, really like that one. Also talked about Oshi Nikoi Volume 1, which I enjoyed. Was not expecting it to be so emotional. And then also In Search of the Fog Zombie, which, you know, I was like, it's all right. And then I also think I talked about Sasaki and Miyano Volume 4, which, you know, I wanted to love, but it's not as great as I anticipated. And I just got Volume 5 of Sasaki and Miyano. I think I got a text message the other day saying my holder's ready for pickup, so we'll see. But all right, y'all, that's it for this week. I could not extend this into the week. Like, this has to go up. So that's it. I'm done talking, and I will see y'all back for another vlog next week.